Don't sleep with this man. Do not give up the kitty cat on the first, second, third date.
Do not give up your kitty cat on the first, second, third date.
Be open to extending that first date, though. Listen, a girl like me with my personality and my vibe, most of my first dates always were extended because they don't want to like not be around me. I'm fun. I'm a vibe. I'm good energy. It is okay to extend the date, but do not be getting drunk. Do not be sleeping with this man on that first date.
So sit back and relax.
This show is, be honest, on a very low calorie, high protein diet. Be honest. Welcome to another episode of the That's Scary with Meloney P podcast. I'm your girl, Meloney P, and we are here to have a conversation. So listen, it's summertime. My girls are outside, and my girls are outside looking for the men. Now, let me correct myself because the men should be looking for you. A man's supposed to find you. We get it. But let me equip you with my top 8 not my top 8, but just 8 dating tips that I think might be beneficial. It's tomorrow's Friday. I don't know if you have a date lined up. I don't know what it's given for you so far, but let me give you tips, right? I have made these dating mistakes and I have learned the lessons and I want to share it with my sisters. So listen, before we get started, y'all, make sure you hit that subscribe button. For all of my subscribers, welcome back to the family. And then for all of my new members and new followers, welcome. So let's get it popping. Let's get it started, y'all, with these 8 random dating tips in no specific order, but let me help you help yourself. So number 1, online dating. Listen, I know that people have a lot to say negatively. A lot of my girls have a lot to say negatively about online dating. They feel like it's overwhelming. They feel like it's a bunch of bums. They feel like, it's just people want to sleep with you, this, that, and the third. And all that's true. All that's true. But here's the thing. Would you rather sit comfortably in your bed, swipe through, or would you rather be out there in the streets and have these bums breathing in your face? You know what I'm saying? You don't have no information on them. Like, I'm sorry. I am an advocate for online dating. But where y'all go wrong is that you get so stressed and so overwhelmed and you make it not fun. Dating should be fun. You should not feel like you have pressure to date, find a man. Like, here's the thing. I always talk about manifestation. I always talk about even being delusional. Like, the energy that you put out there is what you're going to attract. So if you're thinking that you're lacking, your time is up, you can't find a man, it's just trash men out there, that's all you're going to attract is just more and more negativity. Use your resources. This is not 1924. This is 2024. And we are in the times of AI. We are in the times of being able to have everything you need in the palm of your hand on a phone. So use that for your advantage. A lot of women say that they feel overwhelmed at the notifications and that, all the back and forth. But here's a good tip that someone gave me years ago. If you feel overwhelmed by all of the app notifications, all the back and forth, if you feel that way, allot yourself time at the end of the day to swipe, time at the end of the day to respond, right? So we all, most of us work, most of us have kids, whatever the case might be, and we're going through a lot. And so to add on, now I got this app and people are notifying me and then I got to read these bios and then I got to figure out if this is a psycho, this is a killer, that can be a lot, especially if you're looking at it kind of negatively. So at the end of the day, when it's your personal alone time, take 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and just swipe through, respond to messages, and just make it a fun thing. Make it a fun thing. It should not be overwhelming. It should just be a fun option that you have to meet eligible men. And it's a very good option because a lot of men, especially a lot of professional men, utilize online dating because they're working, they're raising children, they are building their businesses. They don't have time to be in the streets. This is 2024. They're using their resources. So yeah, there might be a lot of clutter. There might be a lot of bums, a lot of catfish, a lot of men who want to have sex with you, want to sleep with you. Yeah, but that's in the real world too. I would much rather just swipe through, have positive attitude, and just have fun with it, right? Number two, if you do use online dating, one of the things that people do wrong is that they turn online dating into like a jail email back and forth. And by that I mean, don't just message somebody for weeks on end. You ain't met them. You ain't seen their social media. Y'all haven't FaceTime. Y'all haven't set a date. Do not do that. A lot of women say, oh, I've been talking to this guy for about 2 weeks, whatever. We hadn't met. Why are you? No. I always say rule of thumb is within a week, a 5 to 6 to 7 day time span of talking, you guys should have scheduled some type of meetup. Whether it's a coffee meetup, whether it's an actual date, going bowling, whether it's a go meet at the bar, which was my favorite. You should have something scheduled. I'm not going to be sitting on this app messaging you back and forth, because you over there with your wife or with your husband or whatever the case might be. Like, let's meet. We're dating I'm dating before intention. And if you are dating for intention, you're not going to want to be a grown ass man sitting here texting me on the app all day. So meet. Do not go back and forth with these men. You schedule something or make sure that he's scheduling something. Hey, boo, listen, we've been talking now for a couple of days. Let's meet up, have a quick little meet and greet. I don't want to be, phone pen pals on this app. Respectfully, right? Number 3, on your date, dress to impress, but do not overdo it. I've seen so many women come in these, and listen, this is just personal preference, come in these dresses, these 10-inch heels, all this makeup, smelling like, Bath and Body Works, whatever the case might be. Casual, comfortable, cool, calm, collected. I always say on your first date, dress sexy, comfortable, casual. Right? I remember on my first date with my fiance, I had on just a black bodysuit. Literally, I had on what I have on in my logo because that was a picture from before my first date with him. So, I had on a black bodysuit, some really cute capri jeans, a nice cute heel, and it is what it is. The rest is history. So be comfortable. I'm not saying go with jogging pants or some, baggy jeans or whatever, but be comfortable, but still show you're feminine, you're sexy, dress comfortable, have a little sexy, don't overdo it, right? Number 4, let your personality shine through. A lot of women, and I've done this, when they go on these dates, they have an idea in their mind of how they want the date to go. They have an idea of who they want to be. That's maybe not their real selves. And I get the whole idea of being delusional. And I get the whole idea, of wanting to be this new you. But that's not the time to be a new you on a first date. Let your personality shine through. Have a little cocktail. Don't get drunk. Maybe touch the tea on tipsy. But don't get drunk. Don't be sloppy. Let your personality shine through. A lot of time those nerves will get you. But you have to understand that there's two people. This man ain't the prize, you the prize. So he is just as nervous, if not more nervous, to meet a bad bitch like yourself. And that's the kind of energy that you need to put in your head before you go on that date. If you got to call your friends and have your friends kind of hype you up before the date, then do that. But don't go there with that nervous energy oh my God, he's the prize. I'm so nervous. Girl, he is just as nervous as you are. I always say, kind of get to that date a little bit before the date time so you can prepare. You can see where you're going to park at. You can see where you're going to sit at. How far is the parking lot from the front door? Where is the front door? You want to kind of avoid that awkward, which is going to happen, but you want to kind of avoid that awkward first meeting moment, when I was dating, I used to like to get there a little bit early, go ahead and find my seat, and prepare myself mentally for what was coming through the front door. You know what I'm saying? Again, you're just having fun with this and you want to make it as comfortable as you can for yourself. And it's not quite comfortable if you're coming in late, if he's sitting there and now you have to come in and do an awkward walk. Where do you put your arms? All this weird stuff. Get there a little bit early and kind of have a game plan, right? Again, they're just as nervous as you are. Don't get drunk. Maybe a little bit maybe the first part of the tea on tipsy, maybe, but don't even do that. Like, you want to just let your natural, authentic personality come through, because if he don't like that natural personality, then don't waste your time, because it's not a match and you don't want to force it. Number 5, if you show up to the date and he shows up to the date and first impressions and first looks at him is not what you typically go for, or it's not a sexual attraction, or it's not like a first physical attraction, do not date it. Do not date it. A lot of women mess up by, especially when they're doing their first date, they look for the perfect guy looks wise and ignore what's inside. I would much rather have a project of a great, loyal, husband material type man that might just need a little bit of sprucing up, maybe he needs a new outfit, maybe he needs a new a new style or whatever. Like, do not just be like, oh my God, he's a hot mess, I'm done with this, I don't want to be here. Now you're not showing your personality, you're having negative energy, and this could have been your husband. This could be a great man that you have now just dismissed because he didn't have on the perfect outfit, or he wasn't, whatever the case might be. Don't be so quick to write a man off because he doesn't show up perfect to the date. And then don't sit there and be an asshole or be rude or, be nasty because maybe you think looks wise or whatever it is, it's not 100% what you typically go for. Now, if he's an asshole, and if you're at this date and he's dry and he's boring and for sure it's a no, then make it a no. But don't make it a no and don't date it just because you are being superficial. I remember I had this date with this guy, and I got there early. I got a seat and I saw this nice ass Lexus truck pull up. I was like, oh snap. And then when he got out, it was like, ugh. Like, I literally wanted to leave. I thought about it. I thought about leaving because the entrance had a front and a back door. And so I sat there as I saw him get out of this car with this horrible outfit on, not my type. His picture wasn't similar to what I was seeing in front of me. And I wanted to leave. However, I stayed, and in my mind, I wanted the date to be over. Like, I really wanted it to be over, but he was a great guy. Not a great guy for me, but he was a great guy, like a really great guy. He ended up being a really great friend, and he had potential, but just not for me. So I wasn't an asshole. I wasn't rude. I still engaged. I still joked around. I still gave my personality. I still gave him the Meloney experience, even though I knew deep down, this wasn't going to be it, whatever this number is, conversation is key. Now, some of us have the gift of gab more than others, but some of us also have a list. We have this list. And this is why I keep going back to have fun. Have fun. Every date that you go on is not going to be the one. Yeah, it happens. You go on a date and then you guys end up together and you get married and it's great. Yeah, that happens. But that doesn't happen all the time. So don't go on this first date, especially a first date, trying to get all your questions out, because it's a lot. It's a whole lot, and it doesn't come across well. You can get answers to what you need just in natural conversation. Men can be very dumb. And at the end of the day, they're giving you a whole lot more information sometimes than what they know. And you can make an informed decision based off an engaging conversation. Give your feminine energy, give your little flirtatious, give your jokes. If that's your thing, that's my thing. I'm a joker. And if you ain't a joker, then me and you are not a match. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to hide that. I'm not going to be giving a whole Netflix special on a date. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be my authentic self, letting my personality come through. And I'm going to have engaging conversation the same way I would have with a friend, or the same way that I would have with a boyfriend or a husband or a fiance. Because at the end of the day, that is the goal. I want to be my authentic self. I want to have my kind of conversation, and I want to be open to actively listen to what this person is saying. Now, the worst thing that can happen is that you're on a date and the person is dry and the person is boring and they're not engaging. Ain't shit you can do at this point. get your way through it, but you don't be the dry person on the date. You don't be the boring person on the date. Have conversation, be able to, shoot the shit if that's the kind of date that, the kind of person you are and the kind of date that you're on. But don't be dry. Like, try not to come off nervous. Have fun, engaging conversation. Do a little flirt, do a little joke. Do whatever it is that you do, but don't be this fake person. Have great, engaging conversation. Laugh, smile. Like, come on, be cool. Don't be not cool. Number 7, personal opinion. You might not agree. Do not sleep with this man on the first date. I would even venture to say, do not sleep with this man on the second or third date. Like, why are we sleeping with these men so quickly? You don't have to sleep with this man. And I would beg that you would not. Why get the cow if the milk is for free? Why get the cow if the milk is for free? Like, a lot of times, so many thoughts. Women, in my opinion, don't have that I can sleep with you and not have an emotional connection with you type that men have. All that's going to do is skew your thoughts, skew your emotions, put another notch on your belt, and likely have that man look at you sideways. Because at the end of the day, as a man, I'd be thinking, well, damn, if she'll give it up to me on the first date, well, who else has she given it up while she's on this app dating? Like, you don't got to have sex with this man. You don't got to have sex with this man. Do not have sex with this man on the first, second, third dates. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. And finally, let him text you first. This could sound very petty. This could sound very juvenile, but let that man text you first. You guys should be coming to a date in separate cars, I would hope. And a real good man is going to text you or call you to make sure your ass got home. Once he does that, then let him lead and you guys go back and forth via the phone or via a text. And hopefully there's a second date that he is setting or alluding to. But I'm just not the kind of girl that's going to be texting, a guy first, especially on a first meeting. I want my man to lead. I want to know that he had a good time. I want to make sure that he's a gentleman and wants to make sure that I got home safe. And I feel like as women, we have a great intuitive nature. And sometimes when we're dating, that kind of goes out the window and we're ignoring things. If a man took me on a date and did not even text to make sure I got home, you're not the one for me. I'm not going to text you to make sure you got home. That's not what I'm here for. So at the end of the day, make sure that you are aligned to your woman, intuitive power and, play the little game. It is a game. I hate to say it, but dating is a game of back and forth. But if you play the game right, you will win in the end. Okay? Listen, y'all, I'm running through these really quickly. Online dating, make it fun, enjoy it, use it. Online dating. Get to the date. You don't want a pen pal. You're not here for a pen pal. This man is not in jail. Hopefully he is around the corner. Schedule the date. Do not make a pen pal. Meet with the person. Don't let this man string you along and have y'all messaging back and forth, because if he don't want to meet, there's a reason why. Number 3, dress to impress. Do not overdo it. Less sometimes is more. Be comfortable but sexy. Casual but sexy, but not too sexy. Comfortable, right? Casual, sexy. Number 4, let your personality shine through. Be your authentic self. Don't come there being a fake person, using a fake voice with a fake thing. Be yourself. Let your personality shine through. Be who you are. Because if he don't like you for who you are, then he's not a match. Stop trying to be something that you think somebody want, and then you'll be with the guy, and then when you can't fake that funk anymore and he don't want you, now you upset. Be your authentic self. Let your personality shine through. Don't get drunk. 5, listen. If the guy shows up and he maybe isn't dressed perfectly or, a perfect thing aesthetically, don't just dead it. Don't just dead it. Because men sometimes need a little bit of tweaking, and it's much easier to help a guy get a new wardrobe and he loves you and he treats you amazing than a guy who comes there smelling amazing with a perfect wardrobe and he's an asshole and he's more into himself than he is into you. Conversation is key. Don't be dry. Don't be boring. Be able to engage. Don't have a bunch of OD questions. Will you pay my bills? I got these amount of kids, whatever. Like, don't give all that. This is supposed to be a natural, flowing, engaging, fun conversation. The repetitive word that you should be using is have fun. Make this fun. Make this fun. It should be fun, because here is the thing that nobody talk about. Once you are married, once you are with your forever partner, the dating life is gone. Now you a wife, a mother, whatever the case might be, and that life is gone. And it's a very far memory, and you are with that same person for the rest of your life, hopefully. And that dating phase is no more. Okay? So it may seem like you've been dating forever, and it may seem like this shit is taking forever, but at the end, it just takes one. And then you go on to the next set of problems in the relationships, okay? Don't sleep with this man. Do not give up the kitty cat on the first, second, third date. That's just my opinion. Do not give up your kitty cat on the first, second, third date. I will say, be open to extending that first date, though. Listen, a girl like me with my personality and my vibe, most of my first dates always were extended. And by that, I mean that we started out at a bar. Then we might go here, we might go there, we might go everywhere, because they don't want to like not be around me. I'm fun, I'm a vibe, I'm good energy. So it is okay to extend the date. Maybe the date starts at a bar, then you guys go to another bar, or then you guys go to a lounge, or whatever the case might be. So it is good to extend the date, but do not be getting drunk, and do not be sleeping with this man on that first date. And then lastly, unpopular opinion, do not text this man first after the date. A good man should be making sure that you got home safe, and then he should be initiating, hopefully, hey, I had a great time. You can have a great time too. Have a little back and forth, but do not message this man first. If he's a good man, he want to make sure that you got home, and he wants to have another date with you. Listen, guys, this is my first summer dating tips. I have made the mistake so you don't have to. Comment below. Let me know what you agree with. Let me know what you don't agree with. Let me know if you have any more questions, and I will see you in the next episode.